experience and how we work together and what he thinks about the technology. So let's wait.
Artificial intelligence scares the hell out of me. My phone every day makes movies for me. You know, I'm like, how did, you know, my phone the other day made a movie about dogs. How does my phone know what a dog is? I'm like, how is it so creative to even think of the idea to make that movie? And so, you know, I don't know if we'll even have human beings making entertainment. But anyway, that's sad and depressing. You know, back then, if you were an actor, you auditioned in person. That was the only way it happened. But even back then, casting directors were key. You know, and the best way to get auditions was to have good relationships with casting directors. Your agent helps a lot, but usually your agent helps in getting you those connections to casting directors. And those in TV and film, the casting director is the direct link between the producers and the director and the talent. And the agent, you know, the agent gets the actor to the casting director gets the actors in front of the producers. So that was even true back when we did it in person. And I think it's you know, extra important now that so much of this happens online. And certainly when I was working on Genius, which you know is an American series that we filmed in Europe and used a lot of European talent, a lot of the way that we were seeing actors was through tapes. And really, I would say most of the actors who saw their auditions only through tape, unless they were going to be like a huge leading role, and then it would be you would see the tape and then possibly go visit with them. And those videos come to us through the casting director. Now in some cases the casting director is seeing the clients in person and making the videos, but that's really unnecessary. And obviously during COVID, that's probably only increased the fact that this all just happens virtually and over computers. Chances are, if it hasn't changed in 70 years, it's probably not going to completely disappear in the next 10 years. But I do think the acceleration of how it's delivered will slowly change what's delivered. You have to go with the changes, and the changes have to do with the delivery system. And I feel like anybody who digs in their heels and is like, this is the way it's going to work, they just get run over. Because, you know, what's important is how people want to consume things, right? So the more open-minded you are about what the possibilities of technology, the more likely you are to be able to roll with the changes. The one common denominator, I would say, from all my experience, that I started as an actor a long time ago, because I'm old. And I was just watching The Fugitive because I wanted it as a reference for the show I'm working on. And that was made in 1990 or something, 1991 in Chicago. I was an actor in Chicago, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how many people I know in this movie. So in all that time, there's been agents and there's been casting directors. So chances are in 10 years, there will be agents and casting directors. It's a very efficient system, and I don't know how else the system is going to function, because as a writer producer, I need somebody to help me find the talent, right? I don't have time to sit around and watch, dozens and dozens of auditions today. I need someone who can say, okay, I understand what you're looking for. I know approximately how old they are, and maybe they need to look like the child of this other actor that you've already cast, or whatever the parameters are that we give to the casting director. I definitely think from the standpoint of someone who's producing these shows that the casting director is indispensable. Without the casting director, the system will just not be efficient. So to the casting director, the agent becomes essential, right? So in each point in the process, those people are doing sort of irreplaceable services. I mean, I guess at least until your computer algorithm figures out how to cast people for you.
Wow. And this last phrase scares me. So Constance, what do you think? I see you have something to say.
Oh, there was a lot of things.
Go ahead.
No, it's true that the changes are here and we need to go with the flow. I think we didn't talk about is also the time we have for casting. I mean, it's quicker and quicker, and having, you know, useful tools like this one could help us, you know, to find actors in a really short time, because it's also a matter of fact that we have less and less time to cast feature or series or whatever. So.
Lucy, what are your thoughts about AI will replace all of us?
I don't think so. There's so much about our industry that is about feelings and about personal taste. I don't know whether it will, but who knows? I mean, the future is, you know, the future's unwritten, so lots of things can happen. I think our world is always going to be full of, you know, the most successful people in our industry are usually mavericks, and I don't think they're going to suddenly want to just trust a computer. And also, even as a casting director, sometimes we think that somebody's totally right, so we've done the algorithm, and then the director or showrunner doesn't. It's a very personal industry, and you know, that's our job as casting directors, is to understand exactly, like what was just said, understand what the project, what the director requires, and then put people forward. And then there's this magical moment. It's like falling in love. You know, and I always think that casting, we're like matchmakers. I agree that the agents are essential, because there's so much more to casting than just what's on the paper, sometimes. And you know, and it's a magical process when you introduce somebody to a project and it all gels. You know, and also the algorithm, you know, because all directors and producers, no, not all, but they all say the same things that we laugh about as casting directors. So we need a really good actor. So the algorithm will say, oh, these are really good actors, or we want, you know, a star for our project, and so the algorithm will put forward stars. And we as casting directors have to have that instinct to know when somebody's not going to want to do somebody's low-budget independent film. It's part of our, you know, it's you know. But if a computer can do it, that's great, as long as they do it well. I don't think it.
Of course. So that, I mean, I really love like the wording you use, like falling in love. And there is another quote of yours. You said that your previous quote, it's you're kind of under investigation, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I remember like a couple of years ago, like 2017, I guess. So first I brought the casting director from the United States to Europe. So it was like many incredible names like Rose Wigstead, and as I said, Julie Schubert, the casting director of House of Cards. Edison Astrid, Rory Bergman, and the Roger Musandin was also one of them, and he casted X-Men. And I remember, like, after we collected the feedback from the casting director, how was this meeting in Eastern Europe with the actors they did. He gave a quote that he did like her because he said casting directors are like detectives. So we are looking for talents at any time and everywhere. I'm not sure that I pronounce it exactly right, but that's like intention that Rogers had. And I'm really thankful for him and the casting directors I just mentioned who accepted my invitation like back in like, oh my God, how many? 21, 27, like 4 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And I kind of could check my hypothesis, right? So to get that feedback. So the casting directors are constantly on the look, and really trying to find. Sure.
Yeah, just to say that I think the difference, though, which is one of the things I always like to say, is that we're not looking for actors all the time. We look for actors when we have a role to cast. And I think that's the thing I like to say a lot when I'm in these panels, is to make sure that people, I could never find a role for an actor. So even if I meet an amazing casting director's dream, like today, I will not be able to, I don't know whether I will ever cast or not, because I don't know what roles. Our job is our problem as detectives is to solve the mystery of who's going to play the role. And we meet actors all the time. I meet actors, I love actors, I like meeting actors, but it doesn't mean that I'll ever cast. I don't know who I'm going to cast next, and it's very important that we're not always looking for actors, we're always looking to fill roles. And it's a very subtle difference, but it's very important for people to know that. Because I don't go through a database saying, oh, he looks good, she looks great, oh, da, 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 da. I go when I'm looking for something concrete.
Perfect, perfect. And back to the thing you were saying, also, remember in our slide I showed the presentation that 4 million actors for 20,000 talent representatives, and you're absolutely right, there is only, we counted it, only about 400,000 roles with awards a year. So for 4 million actors, only 400,000. So the demand is 10 times higher, and Lucy's absolutely agree, you know. Guys, I'm now speaking to actors, guys, you do not need to chase casting directors. They're not producing roles. So you better start writing your own scripts, becoming the directors of what you do. And like Simon, for example, take, you know, everything in your own hands and create the tools which will be helpful for you. And so, I mean, thank you very much, Lucy. I would like to kind of conclude everything we've been discussing. Constance, there's something else you would like to add, or we can move? I saw that you also tried to add something. Would you like?
No, I was just wondering if there were some questions or no.
We will try. This is a great thing. We will try, but let's kind of conclude everything and see. I don't think, Zach, can you just ask and tell me from the host of the Marche, can we ask people to do questions? Do we have technical possibility to do so? Okay, so before we move to the question, if it is possible, I would like also to introduce incredible actresses who are also here with us today via Zoom. And one of the tools we also give to the actors of the Castingform to participate in the Castingform acting challenges. And we can show the slide from the presentation. It will be, I guess, the part 3 with the beautiful ladies and also amazing actor. So we have here with us Adaya from India. So we also have Saida from Amsterdam, but she's originally from Morocco, and another incredible actor. We see who is not with us today, but he's also one of the winners of the challenge, Dmitry Aradin. So thank you very much, ladies, for being with us. If there is a word you would like to say, you know, we're happy to hear you. You have like 1 minute each, I guess, because we're really limited. But Adaya, you are the winner. I just want to say a word about Adaya. We can show you on her on the screen. She did 6 monologues in less than 3 days. I've never seen that hard working in the acting challenges ever. So we decided that Adaya is the winner. Adaya, thank you for being with us. There is something you want to share. What do you think the future will be and how it is for you? You just need to turn on the mic.
Dasha, may I have a word? I just want to say that if we're going to do a Q&A session, I just want to say that everybody who's watching online can ask their questions, and we will read them and we will answer them. And if somebody has a question in the room, so we'll give you a mic and you can ask. So we can.
Thank you very much. So Ada, yes, please. Thank you. The winner of the Cannes Classics Challenge, so they were picking incredible monologues from Mulholland Drive, David Lynch's movie, which is this year on the Cannes Classics selection of the restored movies of Cannes. So welcome there.
Thank you so much, Dr. First of all, and Castingform for the support. Hi, Lucy. Nice to meet you. Right? From Tanya, Constance, and I mean, everyone friends out there, whoever in Germany, it was a lovely experience. And I think it's a wonderful platform to showcase your talent and meet wonderful people, and just hope that people can see your work. And I think people who are equally passionate, as I can see, it's the first time I'm hearing casting directors first time talking about it. So as an actor, for me also it becomes, your mind opens up. I don't know, I mean, I'm really excited and I'm so thankful to all of you, and it was wonderful listening to all. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Ada. Congratulations. So Saida, thank you very much also for being with us. You're also the great hard worker, and you've been in so many challenges already. Always a pleasure to see you work. I think Lucy remembers you from one of the challenges. So you're also one of the winners. So what your experience with us, and any things how we can improve for you and make it work for you, and what do you think the future is for everybody, for talent representation, for actors, for casting? So where are you looking for?
First of all, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. Hi guys, you're all amazing. I'm so happy to be here. Well, I think it's an amazing opportunity to shorten the road. It's normally, if you didn't have this platform and you didn't have the online experience of, sending a message, connecting this, or putting a hashtag there so that people can see it, the exposure opportunity is, tremendous. And back in the day, I think you have to know this person, and that person needs to like you, and then you need to be great, and then you can go to the next step, and next step, and next step, and next step, and next step, to hopefully reach the person that you would like to reach, or show your indeed expertise or what you're about. And I feel like with Castingform, it's just this heart that's so out there that everybody can come to. And then you as well as an actor perform, do your thing, and then hopefully through that be connected. And for me personally, I just love to work. I'm so addicted to this job, and it's just like I can't wait. And I'm scripting, and I'm manifesting, and I'm doing all the damn things to get a chance to play and tell the story of inspiration, grabbing your life, taking the most out of it. And I feel like with Castingform platform like this, it's possible, it's possible to make those roads a little shorter. And like Lucy said, it's not that casting directors are looking to give actors a job, it's more like casting for a role. And I feel like if we have this platform and we can show that we are capable of fulfilling that role, bringing those characters to life, that's amazing, that's amazing. And that's all we can do, so thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Saida. Very well said. Thanks a lot. So we are going to conclude the panel. We have like 6 more minutes. And I was just to ask Zach, obviously, about his opinion on what the future is, because we didn't hear your opinion. And you being with us really from the beginning. I'm really thankful for you, for trust, for being one of the first who actually become our users. So you created the account and Castingform right before we presented first time Castingform at the Cannes Next in 2019. Actually, it was the first ever Cannes Next section in 2019, in which we discussed half a year before with Jerome Pilar in AFM, and I'm very thankful for him as well that we've been heard. And the section about the technology has been created in the future of the film industry. So thank you, Zach, for being with us from the very beginning. With the free job offers from HBO and Netflix and Amazon, how do you feel now? How Castingform changed your life from nowhere? And do you feel it, or it's the same because you still live in your country and only think the future is?
Of course, I don't feel the same as I felt 2 years ago when I had Castingform, but as an actor, especially from Eastern Europe, and especially the one who wants to work internationally, I understand how it's important to be noticed, to be seen by casting directors, talent managers, agents, directors, producers, and how hard sometimes it can be. So I always dream big, and I work hard, and I just didn't know how I can show it to the world, because honestly, I just didn't know that I can speak English. And I'm not going to talk, I can play in English, but I can, because I participated in the first Castingform Acting Challenge before the Cannes 2019. And I was just like, oh my God, I can do something in English. And from then, like, it just kicked off. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling when you realize that you can do something, to be seen, to be heard by those people who can like take your hand and lead you to your role, to your career, and to your dream. Like, that's what every actor wants, I guess. So thank you very much for Castingform and for this panel. It's just amazing.
So what do you think? Where are we all going? So what is the future?
Future, like, I really love live auditions. Like all the story with self tapes, it's very comfortable because I can do it at home, and I don't have a casting director or director who looks at me and you're like a little bit nervous sometimes. Let's say honestly, yeah. So
Not us.
even now, like they sit here and I'm just like, oh my God, they're watching. So it's easier. So tapes are easier, but nothing can like replace this chemistry between the actors and between the people, because even if you're nervous, they see that you care. So as an actor, I'm really afraid of architectural intelligence too, because I'm afraid that they will just get my job away from me, like, you know, this cartoon on Netflix where everything is cartoon. I understand that we have voiceover, but like, I'm a little bit scared that in the future my job will just turn into the animated cartoon, like, or something like that, like this.
We hope it happens right after when you get the Oscars.
I hope this future will never exist. Not Oscar, but
Well, very last thing, just a brief, one last question, ladies. Yes or no? What do you say for the technology and the casting and talent representation work? Do you like it or not? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. But no. About what you're saying in the future, I mean, nobody's able to predict the future when we saw that. But just this year, we still saw that people will need more and more stories and movies and film series. I think the need of that is even more present. So I don't believe in AE or whatever. I think we like actors because they are not perfect or boring, and so I think it will never replace a real actor with his quality and accent
With feelings.
and
With
being
human
human, you know. So I'm trustful about that.
Perfect. Lucy, your last word. What do you say? Yes or no for the technology?
Technology is here, we have to embrace it, but I agree with everything that Constance said. You know, it's about storytelling, and we've been telling stories since the beginning of time, and we'll be telling stories until the very end of time, and we need actors to tell those stories.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, ladies, for being with us. And we just would like to finish the conversation with a quote from the Jack Conte, the founder and CEO of Patreon. So as you all know, that 2021 was announced as the year of the creators economy by the United Nations. And Jack Conte is the founder and CEO of Patreon, which is raised just recently in April 2021, $155 million with a $4 billion evaluation. Basically, what the Patreon gives, it gives the opportunity for creators create their own content and make their fans to kind of finance their production. So I just want to read his quote and leave it in the space to think about that. We are now, he said, as a second renaissance is here. The creators are about to have a leverage. This is literally the best time in the history of the humanity to be on this planet. So the world is about us. The future is now. Now on the screen you will see our QR code. If you would like to part of Castingform, you can get our app and be inside. It's still in development, but we open for the submissions and the new casting directors and new filmmakers and obviously new actors to join our family. We're here to support you. Thank you very much for being with us. Really appreciate you being with us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Have fun and have.
Have fun,
Thank you.
Constance.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you everybody for coming. See you on Castingform. Please join. And have a nice day and have a good conference festival.
Thank you for coming, for listening to us. Thank you.
Bye, bye.